Hello, everyone. Welcome to my show. Good morning and happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to everyone. This is Attorney Marina Shepelsky. I'm here with a lot of news today. Lots and lots of news for our show. Gonna just tune in to my Instagram for what is this show? If this is your first time, welcome. We welcome you and we ask you to be active, to drop in the comments where are you watching from. I will give you a shout out. I will say hello to you, like I'm about to say hello to Tina S. Ayub. Good morning. Hello. On Instagram, I'm doing this live on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Francis is watching from Dallas, Texas. Good morning, Dallas. Good morning, Texas. I'm happy to see you here. Thank you so much for watching. Good morning from Sis on Jinky One. And lots of other people are joining. I'm just going to give it a little more time. So beautiful summer day here in New Jersey. I live here in New Jersey and I practice out of New York. Our office is in New York. We are about to open a Manhattan office. Well is watching from Massachusetts. Welcome. So we're going to have two offices in the New York area. Our main one in Brooklyn and appointments for in-person meetings. If you wish to come and see us in person, those will be in the city, in Manhattan. We are working on that. We are renovating right now. We're setting up the new office. So very soon we will be there. And Remy says hello to my beautiful lawyer. Remy is from New Jersey. Turn on, do not disturb. My phone just rang, you guys. Oh, God. Okay. All right, Instagram. Can you see me and hear me? I'm sorry, my phone just rang. I'm sorry, and this interrupted. So, Kaloon says hi, good morning on Instagram. Hello. Tina has a question about a divorce, so please post. And Truly World wants to know, is there any news about the border? I'm going to start talking about the news in 1 second. Just give me a few to set everything up here. I want to see a little bit more people watching, and I welcome you to write your questions in the comments. You don't have to just watch. You can talk to me. You can interact. You can ask me questions about anything, but of course, I'm an immigration lawyer, and in New York, we do family law and like overtime issues with employment law. So if you have that issue, you can drop me a question and we can talk about it. I'm getting more people interested now in finally T visas. T visas are for people who've been abused at work, right? So I had a lady who was a live-in caretaker for a family, and this was an elderly woman, and then her husband. And basically, the husband was in charge, and he didn't pay her for a long time. He sexually molested her. He mistreated her. All kinds of problems. And this is definitely a great candidate for a T visa, T like Tom, for trafficking. So give us a call and definitely do a conversation if this is something you've experienced, because you can get a visa, work permit, and a green card out of it. Manjinder, I'm sorry, Manjinder Singh, it says hello. Another New Jersey person around New Brunswick, New Jersey. Hello. I live near New Brunswick. I'm in the central New Jersey area. So welcome to the show around New Brunswick. I live in New Brunswick. Actually, I'm a little closer to New Brunswick, but my daughter goes to school at Rutgers University, which is in New Betty Ann says, hi, I'm watching from Massachusetts. Thank you so much. We're I guess I'm going to start talking about the news. and this will give you time to post your questions. Manjinder says he's from LA, from California. Wow, it's a 3 hour work. I'm sorry, it's a 3 hour time. So thank you for tuning in. It's really early there. It's 8:11 right now in the morning in California. And Prasad Rajendran is from Tennessee. And we can talk about the interview in a minute. And he says he's a big fan. Manjinder says big fan. Thank you so much. All right, big news this morning from last night. President Biden announced a brand new amnesty for spouses of U.S. citizens only. So this only concerns people who are married to a U.S. citizen and they came to the state without an inspection or parole. That means they didn't have a visa. That means they usually crossed the border without a visa, did not get parole at the border. Even if they asked for asylum at the border, they were allowed to come in, but they didn't get the humanitarian parole. So this new amnesty will serve as a new parole. Parole is kind of like a visa. It's like an authorization to stay here. And once you get that approved, next step is to apply for a green card. Now, many people have other issues other than this inspection. For example, they have old orders of deportation. They came and went a couple of times to the US, all without inspection. So that means that they might need a waiver, a special waiver. But, this is not for everyone, obviously. But it is good news for people who are married to a U.S. citizen and they couldn't get their green card because they had no inspection or parole initially. But this will give you that inspection or parole. And one condition is that you had to have lived in the U.S. for more than 10 years as of June 17 this week, 2024. And you had to be already married to the citizen by June 17, 2024. So that's the big news. As far as the border goes, people are asking me on Instagram, Truly World wants to know, is there any news about the border? The border news is that they're basically now banning from asylum applications anyone who is entering without using CBP1. That means if you didn't use the system set up by ICE to apply and kind of wait in line, if you're just trying to sneak through the border, you will be denied and you cannot ask for asylum and they will expedite it and remove you to your country. So that's the news from the border. Everyone is talking in the community, meaning other immigration lawyers and people interested in this, about how this new amnesty by Biden from yesterday doesn't do much for most undocumented immigrants for various reasons. Many of them are not married to a U.S. citizen, and they were not married to one as of June 17. They have other problems. Many of them haven't been here for longer than 10 years. Many of them have other issues that are still not going to be easily overcomable by this, inspection that they're giving in the form of a parole in place. But listen, they're saying about 500,000 people, 500,000 across the United States will benefit. I don't know where they're getting these numbers from. It must be people that have filed the I-130s through a spouse and haven't been able to get a green card. So that is only the people they know who filed. I'm sure there's more people. In truth, there's more than 500,000 people that can benefit from this. So anyway, so let's move on and talk about another piece of news that's in the news now. While I'm talking, I'll be saying hello to some people on Instagram. Let's see. Can somebody tell me where you're watching me from? Harwind 2158 says, hello, Guru. Good morning. Have a beautiful day. You too. Jogo Door 21 says, hello, Marina. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. Oh my God, it must be so beautiful. Welcome, welcome. So, the final piece of news that I wanted to discuss, and then I'm going to start answering your questions, is that USCIS is laying off workers, firing people who work in the biggest processing centers they have, the USCIS processing centers in Vermont, in California, and in Nebraska. They're reducing their staff from 400 people that work there to 173. This is a lot of people, and I don't know how this will affect all the waiting times. I think this will make all the waiting times much longer than they were because they're overwhelmed with work as it is, and the waiting times are bad as it is. If they fire people, that means the waiting times for the immigrants will get longer. Just think about it. There's going to be more and more applications and less people doing the work for processing them. And the Nebraska workers through the union are protesting. It's really bad. So that's really not good news. And I don't know what they're thinking, but we'll see what happens for that. So let's get right into your questions. I'm going to start with YouTube and then I'm switching to Instagram. All right. So there's a question from Prasath Rajendran. Hello, madam. I live in Tennessee. How can I get help from you with advanced parole? So advanced parole help. My case status is waiting for an interview. I assume you're waiting for an asylum interview. If you need to travel while waiting for asylum, it's not going to be easy because the pending asylum status does not allow for advanced parole. There are exceptions for emergency life or death situations. So if you can get me paperwork from your country or from another country, preferably from a third country, where your family member could be at the moment and they're sick or dying or you need to go to a funeral, we can get you a quick advance parole. It's not going to be for a long time. Like people who are filing for a marriage green card are getting a 5-year validity advance parole. This will be for like 30 days or 45 days. So it's going to be a one-time advance parole and you'll be able to stay maybe 30, 45 days. That's it. It's going to be very limited and it's only for emergency use. So unless the law changes, that's the situation with getting a travel authorization while waiting for asylum. Edwell says, how long does it take to get a work authorization after biometrics? It depends where your case is being processed. Some places it takes like 1 year. In some places it could take 2 or 3 months. So it depends. Betty Ann says, I would like to have a contact number for a second opinion immigration case. So all of my contact information is in my profile. Also, if you look on the bottom of the screen, it's there as well. You could also check out our website, shepelskylaw.com. You could just literally Google on your phone in Safari or on Google. You put in Marina Shepelsky, my number will pop up with our firm's website in case you don't want to look here in the profile. All right, Instagram, hello, I welcome you. Let's go, let's go. We talked about the Mexico-US border. Sison Jinky says, thank you, shout out from the Philippines. Hello, hello, my Philippines friends. It's very nice for you to watch, thank you so much. Good morning from Cologne. Tina says, my husband filed for divorce and I have a conditional 2-year green card. And my husband now has a 1-year order of protection. And he filed for divorce. Can I remove my conditions? Yes, you can remove the conditions. I recommend you call us and you set up a consultation and you can remove your conditions. It's doable, okay? So let's talk about it. Give us a call, schedule a consultation. You don't have to call if you don't want to call. You could just go to the website, shepelskylaw.com, and right on the first page, schedule a consultation with us. It doesn't have to be me. We all do the same thing in the office. Um, Hello from Hasib. Hello. Truly World is from Iran. I really love you. I saw your TikTok. Thank you. Guys, check me out on TikTok. I have two big accounts on TikTok. I mean, big. Look, I don't have millions of followers because I'm not selling like dances or, I'm not like a blogger, really. I'm a lawyer, so we only talk about immigration news. And it's not such a huge, huge community like TikTok is, where people watch from different parts of the world. It's only for the United States and only for people who are interested in immigration law stuff. So anyway, look for me on TikTok, Marina Shepelsky. You'll see me in my educational videos, but in a more like entertaining format. But also sometimes I dance and I do videos from the beach. So if you're interested, that's there. Joker Door 21 says, I cannot use my passport, so that I applied for refugee travel document. I have a green card. Do I need a Schengen visa? You do if you're traveling to Europe, because it goes by the country you're from. So if your original country needs a visa to go to that country, you still need a visa. And it's going to be super hard to get if your passport is not valid right now. So I'm sorry about that. All right. So Betty says, okay, thank you. Ken Manjinder Singh says, I've been married for 8 years with with two kids, I'm sorry, two kids, 3 years old and 8 years old. I came to the US without a visa and without inspection from Canada. I filed for asylum and got denied with an order of deportation and banned from a green card forever. I'm sorry about that, Manjinder. Francis says, are there some exceptions to VAWA applications that will not give you work authorization until VAWA is approved? Yes, for people who are only filing for VAWA alone, and there are people who file only the I-360 petition, and they don't have the green card application that works for various reasons. You will not get your work authorization until your VAWA is approved. If you're eligible to file for VAWA in one packet with the green card application, if your husband or wife was a citizen, for example, right, that makes you eligible usually, not every time, but usually, if you haven't had like a deportation order, to file for VAWA and green card together in the same package. So then you will get the work authorization. If your spouse was a green card holder, you're going to be filing the VAWA alone. In that case, you will not get the work authorization until VAWA is approved or until you can file for adjustment of status when the visa is current in the green card holder spouse line. Okay. Okay. Manjinder says, how does the new law help me? It's not going to help you. It's only if your spouse is a citizen and gender. Soliman Drame says, hi. Hello, hello. My friend from New Jersey says, hello, my case is the following. My parents brought me here when I was 9. Recently, my asylum was denied in the court, and he went against BIS. So he filed with the Board of Immigration Appeals. I have 2 kids born here. I'm 30 years old now, and I have a New Jersey, an MJ conviction. Hard, very complicated case. Not sure if we can help you, but let's do a consultation, okay? Prasad said, my grandfather is struggling with cancer. Is it possible to apply for parole? It's possible. They might say yes. Yes. Andrew says, hello. Andrew Lopez, hello. Nice to see you here again. Thank you. Hello from Virginia, from Herman Wambo. Very nice. Thank you. Suleiman Drame says, I have a question. I'm in removal of conditions. I had a working permit before May with my wife, 5 years. She bought be U.S. citizen. How long will it take to be a U.S. citizen? Removal of conditions, which means you probably had a 2-year green card and now you filed for the 10-year. Removal of conditions takes about 2.5 years right now. When you approve, you can immediately file for a green card, and it doesn't take long. It could take 6 to 8 months or less to become a citizen. Reme says on YouTube, what does it mean when you check your case status online and it states your case is migrated to Ellis, which means you opened an online account and receipt number changed after 10 years of waiting? It just means that you probably have an online account and you'll see your stuff in there. Andrew Lopez says, my VAWA was approved. I got my green card March 2nd, 2024. Woo! When will I apply for citizenship? My spouse was a green card holder and I got a green card under VAWA. You'll have to apply on in like February of 2029, 5 years for you. Like you can apply about 90 days before the 5 year anniversary of your green card, and that's probably going to be like around mid January, early February 2029. Ginger Singh says, how does the law help? The new law that Biden's talking about only is for people married in a valid marriage, not divorced, not having filed for divorce, or not married, married to a U.S. citizen, number one. Lived in the States for over 10 years, number two. No criminal background, number three. Okay, and if you have other issues, like if you have an old order of deportation, you're still gonna need like motions to reopen and waivers and all. How long does a work authorization take if you are in LA? It depends which service center is working on your work authorization. It could be between 3 months to a year and 2 months. Uh, Heart Still Beats says, Miss Marina, I've been here in the US for 11 years and I was married to a US citizen. I have a daughter with my ex-wife, but we got divorced with the US citizen. This year, will this program help me fix my papers? This program, no, but I can help you get your green card. Give me a call. You will get a green card if you were married for 11 years to a citizen. You have a daughter and you are divorced this year, we can get you a green card through VAWA. I'm sure that you can find circumstances in your life with a citizen spouse for 11 years that made you unhappy, very, sad. This is why you got divorced, whether you're a man or a woman. I can get you a green card through an old program called VAWA. So you're definitely eligible. Give us a call today. Schedule for a consultation, even if it's like July, because I know my June is booked already. It doesn't have to be me. It could be somebody else in my office. We just got a new option where you trained our paralegals to screen for certain cases. Like just reading your comment, heart still beats. I just screened you. I'm telling you, you're probably eligible to get a green card through this marriage, and you need to file ASAP for VAWA because you are divorced, but up to 2 years from divorce, you can still file. Okay. All right. Herman Wombo says, hi, Marina. After a whole 8 years of waiting for my asylum interview, I finally have it scheduled for December. I had it scheduled for December. It's been 6 months since the interview. I have gotten no decision. I've been waiting for 6 months for a decision. Any advice? No advice for now, other than just be patient and wait. If it gets like more than 6 months that you've been waiting, oh, sorry, sorry, I shook that phone. Um, Give us a call. Maybe we can try to write them a letter or even like take them to court. But for now, 6 months is not long enough. Alexander Stefan Zuk says, I'm married to a U.S. citizen for 3 years. Okay. When Ginger says that his wife was born and raised in the U.S., the new parole is not going to help you with all the other issues you have, Ginger. Manjinder, you said that you already got denied for your asylum. So, I mean, look, if you get the parole and the I-130, you know what? There might be something we can do for you. Because if you get the new parole and because this was the question, okay? You're married for 8 years, you have 2 kids, 3 years and 8 years. The spouse is a citizen, but you came without a visa, right? If you get the new law, which is going to give you a parole, we can file the I-130 by your spouse, With parole, you'll be eligible to get a green card if the court takes pity on you and reopens your case. I think we can do a motion to reopen for you, maybe. That might work. So give us a call, schedule a consultation. It does not have to be me. Again, we have a whole team of lawyers and even paralegals trained to screen some of these cases. We could help, I think. So yes, I think something can be done here. All right. Suleiman says, how much is consultation? We now have a new consultation with a paralegal screening for $99, and then it's $250 for lawyers in our office, and I think it's $295 per month. Alessandra says, I'm married to a U.S. citizen for 3 years, but I was deported 23 years and came back. It's been 22 years since I have a permanent bar. Is this executive order able to help me? Give us a call. Let's schedule a consultation. We might be able to figure something out. But you were deported and you came back. I'm curious to know how long before you came back. You might need another waiver. So we'll see. Okay. Francis says, my attorney only filed for VAWA, which means it will take forever to get my work authorization. It's not forever, it's 3 years. Do you think I should end the VAWA process? Absolutely not. If you get the VAWA approved, you'll be able to get a green card. Although it's frustrating to wait, the work authorization is a side benefit of this. It's not the end goal. You have to understand when you're filing for stuff like asylum or VAWA, waiting for the work authorization is really bad and frustrating. I hear you, I get you. But you didn't file just for the work authorization. You filed to get a lifetime status for your entire life. And it's hard in this age of everything immediate. Like you go on TikTok and you watch a whole video in 1 minute and you understand something. Now people have expectations of everything coming quick, quick, quick. And the US immigration system is slow, slow, slow. You understand? But you file for VAWA to get a green card and a life status of US citizenship for the rest of your life. You're probably young, and this will last you for like 50 years or more. So please take your eyes off the work authorization and put your eyes on the ball, the end game. The end game is a green card. If you win VAWA, you're going to get a green card. It's much better than just a work authorization. You'll be able to get a passport, a U.S. passport after 3 years usually. Because if you're married to a citizen, you're going to get a 3-year waiting period, much less than other people who wait for 5 years. I know you're not patient. I know this is frustrating, but please think of the long-term goal here. This is not a short run. This is a marathon, okay? Porfirio, my friend here. Hello, hello. Buenos dias, hermosa, which in Spanish means good day, beautiful lady. So my case is I-485 adjustment. It was moved to the National Benefit Center in Lee Summit. Is this good or bad? It's not good or bad. They're trying to move things faster now, so they're sometimes transferring them between the centers. Do I have to start all over the waiting time? Absolutely not. You don't start over. And how will it continue? Hopefully you'll get a green card soon. From what I remember, I think you got the VAWA approved, so hopefully within 6 months you should get your green card. And let me know when you do. Jahangir Alam says, when appreciation take? I don't understand. Sharon says, hello, can I file for parole in place? This is this new law for spouses of U.S. citizens, even if I'm in the VAWA proceeding and get a prima facie. There's no reason for it if you're in the VAWA proceedings, because VAWA is like a parole in place already. It's like a waiver, a forgiveness. And it's not going to affect your prima facie whatsoever. Prima facie is about whether your lawyer or whoever submitted your VAWA had sent in proof of your moral good character, the joint documents of the marriage, and proof of abuse. If you got those 3 things, you'll get a prima facie. The parole in place is only for people who have no admission or visa. The VAWA doesn't need you to have admission or visa. So you don't have to worry, Sharon, about this. Think about the VAWA packet that you sent in for the prima facie, the VAWA case for the prima facie, not the parole. Prasad says, madam, if I get an emergency advance parole, is it possible to visit another country for like a vacation? You can try, but the emergency is really for the emergency. So Beat says about his divorce from a citizen over 11 years. She's been cheating on me and she sent me out of the house. You're definitely eligible and you will not need the waiver, the 601A, because as I mentioned to Sharon here, Sharon and I just talked about this. Where's Sharon? Sharon and I just talked about this. The VAWA forgives the entry without parole, without admission. This is your chance. You won't need this PIP by Biden. You don't need the 601A waiver. You just need VAWA. Trust me. Believe me, I can see it. You have a VAWA case. I'm like a fortune teller in my field. If I see it, it's going to happen. You need a VAWA green card and you'll get it. Kwako name says, good morning, Marina. I was denied for my green card this month for being an arriving alien, but non-inspected or parole. Is there anything you can do for me? I've been in the U.S. for 9 years and 6 months. Yes, if you get this parole through the Biden law, the new law that's coming out, you'll be able to reapply for your green card and get it. The family says, thank you, Marina. You answered the question in my mind. My lawyer filed for VAWA only for me. You're welcome. You're welcome. Manjinder says, when is a good time to call? You can call anytime, but the law might not come into effect until later this summer. That's true. Krishna says, hi, I came to the States on F1 visa for students in 2007. Then I married a citizen in 2016. I got my green card in 2019. And then without getting divorced in the States, I married in India. I left India, returned to the States. N400 interview is finished. I still don't have news. I don't know what to tell you. Just be patient. It's going to come. It's going to come. Francis says, this is 8 months of filing for VAWA. I'm yet to receive a prima facie. What do you think is the problem? I don't know. Did your lawyer send the fingerprints for you? Like we usually, for every VAWA applicant, we'll run your biometrics through FBI. FBI covers all the 50 states and tells USCIS that FBI sees no arrests for you, no arrests in all the 50 states. Plus, we include good faith marriage docs, like meeting, tax returns, bills with 2 names on them, stuff like that, and some abuse proofs, a witness letter, a psychologist report. That gives you the prima facie. So if you got all that aligned, you should get the prima facie. And if you submit some of this later, you can request it then. Bertha says, I'm a parent of citizen children, but I need waivers to file for a green card. My children are over 21. With a new executive order, will I need waivers? I think not. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, married, not just children are citizens, but you are married to a U.S. citizen, then you will get the parole in place, and then your kids can file for it. If you're not married, probably not. Harvey Zen says, it's been 28 months since I filed my VAWA. Already reapplied for work permit extension. The processing time keeps increasing. I'm worried that this will take longer and impossible to inquire. 39 months right now for VAWA. Let's do this. Let's look at it together. All right. Sharing the screen. Okay. Going to USCIS.gov. We're going to go to processing times. Check processing times. We're going to go to I-360 VAWA petition, and we're going to choose the Violence Against Women Act VAWA as the reason for filing the I-360. And the All Service Center, there's really just 2. And the processing time is 39 months for VAWA right now. So you still need to wait a good 10 to 11 months before hearing about it. And it's not forever. It's just 10, 11 months, okay? All right. When Ginger says, does VAWA help if you're banned for a green card forever because of false asylum? It might help you, yes. Mommy says, what about people who were here for a long time, more than 20 years and not married? Nothing for those people, unfortunately, Mommy. I'm sorry. How long does it take to receive asylum travel documents? If it's an emergency only, you're eligible to get the asylum document for travel, advance parole, and it takes quick if it's an emergency, but you need to prove it's an emergency. Can a VAWA applicant adjust? So this is a question from Francis. Can a VAWA applicant adjust his status to a student visa? Would that affect the VAWA application? Probably not. You cannot. Waku says, how much will you charge to help with my case, please? Let's talk during the consultation. I can tell this from like your comment, obviously. This is not a legal consultation here where I can quote prices. Is parole in place faster than VAWA? It's not going to help you. Again, Sharon, we talked about this. You don't need parole in place. If you have parole in place, the next step is to file for a marriage green card, not VAWA. So if you're still married, you're going to have to withdraw your VAWA, and it's going to look super weird at the interview that you went back to the abuser husband or wife or whatever. Okay, so it's not for you. I'm telling you. But you can schedule a consultation if you don't believe me, just to talk about this in depth with me and with your lawyer. But it's not going to help you. D. Governor says, hello, Miss Marina. I will be traveling to U.S. this year to seek asylum, and I have a relative there. Will I be granted asylum? I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, you'll have a strong case. You have to prove you were abused in your home country, persecuted, because of your political opinion, because of your religion, because of your social group. Maybe you are LGBTQ. If you are different from other people and you were abused and you can prove it, then yes, you will win your asylum. And it's going to take years and years. Emmanuel says, I haven't received my asylum receipt number since last month, July. Whoa. Since last year, July 2023. This is very bad. You should call USCIS and see if they can track it down. They might have lost your application. Yes, I saw that. And Instagram, let's do it. Some questions from Instagram, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Maya Jonah says, hello, ma'am. What does it mean, birth certificate of children born to the spouses? We received an RFE notice. They want birth certificate born to either you separately or to the marriage. I need more information than what you wrote here. Okay, people are leaving me their contact. I don't know what for. We are not going to call you or email you. You have to contact us for a consultation, okay? If you want a consult, log into our website and schedule a consultation. It's shepelskylaw.com, or just call us and we'll schedule an appointment. Is it so? So the lady from Philippines, sis on Jinky One, says, "Is it possible to file for VAWA if I'm in the home country?" It's possible only when you lived with the abuser in the States. If you never lived in the States, there's no VAWA. Pakistan man, okay, I don't know what that means. Marsal X9 says, "I'm married to a white American citizen." Okay, I don't know why you have to write white, but okay, thank you. Last night in Pakistan. She's 25 and I'm 26. So what are the requirements for registering the marriage in US? You don't need to register the marriage in US. A civil marriage in Pakistan is good enough. Now she needs to file the I-130 family relative petition, alien relative petition it's called, for you to get you a visa interview as her spouse and bring you to the States. Good morning, ma'am. Please don't put your phone numbers and emails in the comments. We will not call you, and you're exposing yourself and violating your own privacy. B non Dra Patel says hi, hello. Rao says good morning, ma'am. Hello, hello. Khan Squash says hello, ma'am. My stepdaughter was approved in US with USA for her petition. How long will she have to wait for a green card? It depends if this is going to be a consular interview. Are you overseas with her? Is she in like India or Pakistan or Philippines or whatever, then it depends on the country because different consulates have different waiting times. After approval of the petition, usually 8 months to a year, usually. Okay, and then it says I was granted the petition. She is in the U.S. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the answer. She's in the U.S. Work permit and green card. How long she'll have to wait? About a year, year and a half. And thank you, attorney, from this on Jinky One. I'll be wrapping this up. My last question for the day is, hi, Marina. Why does it take years to get asylum? USCIS takes a really long time. People who file for asylum are getting 5-year work permits now because they need you to wait for at least 5 years. And I don't know why that is. King Bobo says, hi, if you're separated from your wife, you still qualify for the PIP. Remember, the PIP doesn't give you a green card. It just is a bridge for you to file for a marriage-based green card. If you're separated from your wife, you're not living with her, she's not going to file for a green card for you. This parole in place is not going to help you at all. Sharon wants to know if she can change lawyers after the prima facie. You can change a lawyer at any time, even before the prima facie. We welcome you, Sharon. Give us a call. We'll explain everything to you because I can see that you're not really understanding what's going on with your case, and that's bad news. If you have a lawyer, you should understand what's happening with your case. That's why you hire one and pay them the money. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate it. We had a lot more views today than usual. I'm so grateful, so happy for you guys. Thank you for watching every week. Every week you tune in and you listen to this and you talk to me. I really appreciate it. I love the feedback. I love your questions. You give me material for my videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you next week at the same time. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. See you next week.